Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go.
Hey everybody.
Hi, guys.
We're on holidays at the moment.
Oh, I'm loving it.
and
Sick.
loving it.
We've gotten a collection of some of the finest work that we've done throughout the year. Oh, guys.
And then we padded it out with some rubbish.
Don't undersell it, Nathan.
Yeah.
Don't undersell it.
And this, of course, being a live broadcast. Today's best bits are all about...
All things maths.
Couldn't have said it better
yeah.
myself.
Oh, my God. Right to the point you are.
Enjoy.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Married at First Sight kicked off last night, and
It's
it was
back.
in fine form. It started with the appearance of a young man who was 25 years old.
Yes,
He
he,
doesn't
was.
really
no.
want to get married, does
No,
he?
he didn't.
25 years old.
Are we talking about Al?
Thinks he is the best looking person there.
He loves his legs.
Yeah, loves his no. His legs is his
legs love him.
quality. Remember?
Okay,
He
yeah,
said,
yeah.
They said, do you have any concerns about yourself? And he said, I think it might be my legs, but apart from that, he thinks he's pretty amazing.
Never had a girlfriend.
Never had a girlfriend, but going on Married at First Sight. Never been in a relationship.
But
No.
going up married at first sight.
And it's not because he's shy or timid. He loves himself.
Oh yeah, and there's no shortage of action. There's just been no relationship, right?
What are you going on?
Yeah.
I know that, I know.
Well, we
all
know
know
why.
what Married at First Sight is. We know what it is. But
It's
you
a way to find
but at
true
least-
love, Nathan.
At least loosely stick to the premise of the show of somebody that actually has been trying for a while and possibly had a couple of failures. Not someone new off the blocks that obviously isn't interested in anyone but themselves.
Yeah, I read an article that none of these people are getting paid. Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
They just
And
do-
then they come off of the show, like that guy in the article who was on one of the other seasons,
Yeah,
and
2020.
complain about how raw the deal they got. You,
like you
you
knew
know
what
what
you
you're
were
signing up for.
It wasn't the
You're
first
just angry
series.
because you didn't get as many Instagram followers as what you thought you were going to get, to be honest. So last night, though, it was all about a couple, and that was Brent and Tamara. Now, Brent had been working over in Dubai.
Dubai.
And he created this whole entertainment industry sort of business.
Had
you know?
heaps of
Bit of an
photos with
empire.
stars around
Yeah,
the place.
yeah.
Will Smith was one of them.
Crumbled due to COVID.
Of course.
Yeah, and then he had to move back to Melbourne, and and sort of we didn't really find out what he was doing there. So his new bride Tamara, bit judgy, she was asking what he does for a living, and then he said, "I work with nightclubs." She thought he said that he worked in a nightclub.
Yeah. As a barman or something, or
So
security.
she did not like that. She asked for clarification, which he told her about his Dubai business and what he created, and then she was okay with that.
Because she
But
likes an entrepreneur.
later on, when they're sitting down at the table, so there's Tamara and Brent, and there's Brent's best mate
man.
who you'll hear in this, and also her best friend that were there as well. Brent decided to pose a question about her judging his career to her.
So what happens if I worked at a toy store? Would you not want to talk to me?
Well, if that's your goal, is just to stay in a retail job for the rest of your life and not progress, and
So if someone needs money but they have no other way of getting it.
that's fine. Good on them. That's just not me. For where I'm going, that doesn't meet my lifestyle, so we just wouldn't get along.
So you feel like someone who worked in retail would be a step down for you?
As bad as this is, I did date this one guy. He actually did work in a retail shop. And I was embarrassed to sort of like introduce him to people because I was like, well, he doesn't really compliment me very well either. Like that doesn't compliment who I am. I know what I want and what I deserve. And so it would be strange to date a guy that worked in a toy store. And I'm definitely not apologetic for that.
Quick question. What does she do?
She's a boss
she
lady in
talked-
an office, basically.
Yeah.
She acted like she was the boss of the whole thing, but it's like, we can clearly see you're not with your fake phone call. But
She's
I
some
just
sort
want
of
to
middle management.
talk about her
at
and her
best.
slamming retail. She, after last night, will never be able to walk into a shop
I know.
again.
Who does she think works in these places
And
where she likes to go
she'd be-
shopping?
She'd be the worst one, right?
Yeah.
She'd be the person that judges people that work in retail. And I think, have you guys worked retail? I've worked
I
retail.
never
It
have,
is a
but-
hard slog.
Yeah, of course it is.
You
You're on
know?
your feet all day.
And also, you need
you've
really
got to put up
special
with people.
skills. You need
Yeah.
special skills. You're going to be great at communication. You have to have the right temperament for that job.
Patience.
But she'd be one of those people that slams someone for working at
Yeah.
retail. But then if she found out that someone that she knew someone worked at Louis Vuitton or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
she'd suck up their ass
Big
to try
time.
and get a discount. That's what she'd be like. And then think about the poor people in toy stores that work in toy stores.
It's like,
How good's
and
that?
also,
What a
but
great job.
How dare she say that?
Yeah,
How
and
dare
what
she
think
say
about
that?
poor little toy
Toy
store workers.
stores. A
Like,
man
it's full
working
of-
in a toy store. Can you not think of a more delightful
I
situation?
know.
Like, imagine
It's
that.
full of joy.
Natalie, a young strapping man that works in a toy store. We would take him in a heartbeat, wouldn't we?
Sure, the two of us.
You get him during the weekdays and I get him on the weekends.
He's going to be busy.
Jesus, I'd suggest he'd be knackered by the time he gets to you, Nathan.
Pretty full on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so we're...
Stop being so judgmental about what people do. I mean, that's
job
ridiculous.
snobs. Job
Job
snobs are the
snobs.
worst.
Just
I
does
will
my
take...
head in.
I'm going to say I'll probably take any job.
Yep.
I'll take it.
I'll probably say I'll take any man.
Would you take... Is there's no
Like,
real...
working in retail is not a deal breaker. That's
No.
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Are they a nice person? Are they kind-hearted? Are they generous souls? That's all you look for.
Yeah, good call, Nat.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Mafs last night introduced Al to us properly, who is 25, looking for love, even though he's never had a girlfriend or a relationship in his life.
Oh, not
He
looking
wants
for
to-
love then, looking for marriage.
Looking for
No,
marriage,
marriage,
looking
no.
for
He wants to
marriage.
skip
So,
the whole lot.
genuinely on there for the right reasons. Thinks he's great, thinks he's hot, a bit concerned about his legs, doesn't think they're as muscly as what they can be, but while also saying they are muscly.
Has he been skipping leg day?
He's just a very down-to-earth guy, humble,
Very much so.
down-to-earth guy.
He's,
Shaun.
I think,
He-
not lacking in self-confidence.
No, and we learned a lot of that in the opening episode, I reckon, that they went through that kind of stuff. But last night, focusing on him as well. Just open up a few more doors to this man, Al.
Well, Samantha, who he's been married off to, she says there's a lot of pink flags, she's calling them.
So they're not
all
red
the way
yet.
red yet, but there are a lot of pink flags. You see, she was with the same guy for 7 years, and he ended up they were on the road to getting married.
Yes.
And he ended up cheating on her. So she's got all this life experience, and then this guy's just moved out of his mum's house. And his mum was at his wedding, and his
course.
mum decided to make a little bit of a speech to Samantha about what she's getting in a husband.
I would like to introduce Al, the son I have raised. He is a young man, full of life, a loving energy, looking for adventures like traveling, playing footy. Al and I share a very special mother and son bond. As
flag.
for the not so fun side, he can't cook, nor do laundry, and not very good at cleaning. When he gets home from a hard day's work, he just likes to relax with his computer games,
I'm going to say this, Mom.
catch up with his friends, at the same time have his dinner served and lunch packed for work the next day.
Dinner and lunch served. There you go. Can't do a thing, Nath.
When he was getting ready for his wedding, she had to put his blazer on him because he didn't know how to.
He doesn't
put the
know how to
jacket
put it-
on,
wear a
and then
jacket.
his shirt was untucked, and I think she had to tuck his shirt in.
I think their relationship might be a bit too close. You know what I mean?
But you know what? And I do. This is probably really sexist of me right now, but I think there are a lot of women that have received that man.
I think that's
that
probably
they-
accurate.
Yeah.
And the reason is that there are a lot of mothers that really love their
Yeah,
sons
yeah,
and think they
yeah.
can do no wrong, and so do everything for them.
Now, I would love to be proven wrong, and because I think it's mostly men. I'm sure a guy has gotten a
heaps.
girl. Do you think, Sean, there's a
Heaps.
guy out there that has
but
been
that doesn't
given
even
a
know
girl
how to operate a
that-
washing machine.
Yep.
No, guys who don't know how to operate a washing machine.
No, we're talking about
No,
girl. We're talking about,
Yeah,
do you reckon
yeah,
a guy
yes,
out there has
yes.
received a girl that doesn't
Yeah,
know how to
heaps of
cook,
them.
doesn't know how to clean?
It's certainly
Yep.
proportion men
Yes.
being terrible in this area. But
Yes.
yeah, recently I've been running into heaps of people who the men are doing most of the cooking. The women aren't into it. They don't do it. They don't like it. Heaps of them.
Who does the most cooking in your household?
We're about 50-50 at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is too much.
That wasn't in the vows. It was not in the vows. Sean is not happy.
God forbid it be even.
Yeah. Hey, we want to know, what did you receive in that partner?
That's
When
right.
They came into your life and they moved in. What did you get?
Were they house trained or not?
Yes, and we'd like to hear from men and women because I'd love to.
Could go either way.
An unhouse trained woman is like is a mystery to me because I think that women just have it all together.
Are you kidding?
Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Now we're not talking about ourselves because Us three are catchers. I mean, Sean's the only one that's been caught.
And skills. But we're,
Actually, no, to be honest, did you know how to do everything? Because you can't really do handy things around the house.
No.
even though that's not
I'm not
common
good with
occurrence
it. No,
anymore.
no, I'm not good with the drill in my hand. No, when I moved out of home, I remember my brother Dave probably was the one who put me on track because Mum would do everything for us. And I think when we moved out there, my brother would be all over me. You learn how to do the washing machine properly and all the other business along the way.
Do the washing machine properly. Laundry.
So now, laundry. So now I'm a full book.
You are,
I'm a great catch.
Mate.
Oh, such
Megan
a lucky.
is Megan is so lucky.
I am a really good catch.
God,
He's
Megan.
Kim from Mullaloo. Morning, Kim.
Hello there.
Hi,
Okay,
Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Is this striking a chord with you?
Yeah, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, I think, because he's listening.
We'll protect you. Firstly, what's his full name?
Nathan.
All right, body on the line, Kim, with this story. Tell
all
us.
right, come on, let's hear it.
I met he's my husband now, but I should have, had a pink flag on that one a long time back. But when I first met him, he was about 25, and we moved in pretty quickly. And I found out that he didn't know that a toilet needed a toilet brush.
How alarming.
Kim.
God,
That's
so I'd imagine how you found out that way. That was pretty obvious, I guess.
Kim, no.
Well, when I said, come on,
Any
you need to go
danger?
and clean the gunny,
Yeah.
I would go in there and find him up to his elbow with tissues.
Oh, tissues again. Tissues.
I know,
What is it with the
tissues,
tissues that people think that's how you do the cleaning?
Oh, and by the way, he also uses tissues to clean the bench.
Have we missed something? Have we missed something?
Especially in this pandemic world.
I know.
Tissues are like
Yeah, they're at a premium.
they're pretty scarce.
You want to keep them for their
So he had
intended purpose.
so he had wet tissues and he had his hand up the guts of the toilet, just trying to clean all the bowl and
Trying to clean smears and,
Yeah, the business. The shrapnel.
Kim. And once again, you thought, yes, this is the man with me. I must spend the rest of my life with him.
Well, the problem was we'd already, bought a place by then. Like,
no.
as I said, we
You
moved
didn't know.
in pretty quick. So we'd almost signed the line, and what was I supposed to do?
Yeah, there's
Kim
no
said,
backing out. You're
Here
right.
he is cleaning the toilet bowl with tissues. Kim goes, hand me one. Just starts
It
crying.
is important to do a proper vet test.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Before you sign that
Check
line.
the merchandise. Thanks, Kim. Dave's in Atwell. Hello.
G'day, how's it going?
Good,
Oh,
Dave.
good.
Good,
Dave.
buddy. Now, what have you got for us?
So I'm married to this wonderful woman named Rebecca, and we were, when we were first dating, I went over to her house and she cooked this amazing beef lasagna, or as I thought it was good beef lasagna from her. But then when we eventually moved in a couple of years later, and I asked, hey, can you cook that amazing lasagna again?
Yeah.
She told me that it was actually her mum cooking and not her the whole time.
Oh, so one of the reasons, and no, not all, but part of the reason that you fell for her was her amazing prowess in the kitchen, and that was her mother.
Absolutely. That is correct.
What a bait and switch.
So, Dave, could she actually cook or
At all?
not?
Well, look, the only thing she can cook are those lovely bloody snags at the old cricket club, you know what I mean?
So you can do the $2 snags on the Barbie.
That's about it.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one, Sean.
I'm
You should
feeling
ditch
for
her
you.
for her mum.
Yeah.
Because we know she's a great cook.
Dave.
Rebecca, hang your head in shame.
Rebecca, married to Dave, living in Atwell. What a deceitful woman.
That's right.
How good does a mum sound, though?
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
On Married at First Sight, Tamara and Brent, they've really hit that sweet spot in their marriage.
Who brought up money?
About career
Who
stuff.
brought up money? They asked
And I
me when
feel
it
like
came to
because I'm
something
an
like
independent
that,
woman
they go, you know what,
and have
shut
my
up
own
and I
shit
don't need to
together,
talk to you right
you
now.
don't want that. You want to look after someone, and because I don't need to be looked after,
I don't want to look after you. I don't need to baby anyone. Get over yourself.
Oh, very
I think
interesting.
Intimacy Week's going well. We're happy to speak to both of them, but we've just got Brent, and I think I'm okay with that.
We got the one we want. Hi, Brent.
Hey guys, how are we?
Brent,
Good, Brent.
look,
Tense.
I really like you, Brent. I think you're great.
I appreciate that.
Well done.
Well, going on the show, you know that people are going to be put into a category. Obviously, we've had villains all the way through. So
Yeah.
when you agreed to be on the show, what was the trepidation like?
So I just thought to myself, I'm just going to be, look, as genuine as I possibly can.
and just do my thing. I had no game plan, didn't want to be a villain or this or that. I was just playing it by ear.
Now, Brent, is everyone getting a fair edit this season, in your opinion? Because we know, especially during Bryce and Melissa's season, that, we all got a certain perception of them. And then when we came up suddenly, and everyone during the series was saying, no, that's a correct edit. And then after the series, people going, oh, no, they got badly edited. So far, is it pretty on point to what your experience was?
Yeah, look, I've got strong views about this. Let's be honest. If you've done something or you said something, then you've done it and said it. You know what I mean? There's only so much they can possibly edit. And I think it's time that everyone kind of takes responsibility for that as well.
But it's been taken in different contexts. I think that's really unfair of people who've been in the past.
And it's often even just with expressions. So they might use an expression where you pulled a face and insert it into a different, as though you were reacting to something that somebody said, even though you weren't. I think that's the sort of editing that people often.
That could definitely be a thing. Yeah, that could definitely be a thing. Yeah, I mean, there's no secret there.
Yeah, but you're right. If they say something or you're having an argument, it's pretty clear.
Like all the stuff that Tamara was saying about, the retail workers should never go out with one and
ever.
All that sort of stuff. Because it is really confusing, and I do agree with you, Brent. Watching it must have been confusing for you because suddenly Tamara shows all these, just like she's normal and nice and fun, and then you see her talk about all this pretentious stuff and materialistic stuff, and I just think, my God, if she was to meet the guy of her dreams and he wasn't driving the hotted up car, because I was going to ask her, if you were to meet the guy of your dreams tomorrow and he wasn't driving a hotted up car, he wasn't wearing Gucci or Louis Vuitton and all that sort of stuff, but yet he was saving up money for a house so you could have a steady future, would that be attractive to you? And I think the answer she would have said was yes, but I really deeply think that the answer would have been no.
What do you think, Brent?
Yeah, I think she's caught in between. Look, I think, to be honest with you, I think if it was someone that was generally a good person and had a good career driven and yes, was saving for a house and stuff like that, then definitely. I just think it comes out very wrong in the way she delivers it, and she's very well aware of that now too.
I bet she is.
Yeah, well, it's an experiment.
Yes.
But you know what the funny thing is, Brent, you would have been laughing because we talked about you two from the get-go because of the first night. You sat there and you said what you did, and she had a crack at you and anyone to do with retail as well. We've
the way you hold a
many
knife.
times.
Yep.
What was your reflection of that night like?
It was hard to relive again, but I'm lucky I had enough patience and resilience to break through it. And I knew I kind of would. I know she's going to realize that we're going to have some fun together and it's going to be okay. And it kind of got to a point where she admitted that, she was wrong in saying that and it wasn't the right way to go about it. And and basically she was hangry. She was quite, and you don't want to mess with tomorrow when she's hungry.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, we found that out early. Now, talk to me, Brent. What are your thoughts about the experts? Do you actually value their opinions on anything?
I mean, look, we don't get to sit with them and have a proper long sessions and whatever else, but it's enough to at least have them there to call you out on your faults or when you're doing something wrong, because it's really important. Sometimes we are wrong. We're human. People are doing things wrong, and we need an outside perspective on that and to be told kind of what direction to head in. So it does mean a bit to us to hear that.
Even though they're manufacturers of evil and
yes.
and and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, but yet I have seen a shift this year that they are actually calling people out. They're looking at the footage.
Yes.
And they're actually, because they used to look at the footage and then not bring that up.
And pretend they'd never seen it.
Yeah. So they're at least calling people out about that sort of stuff. But Brent, hey, can we just quickly go away from Mafs right now? We want to talk about your life in Dubai when you had your company. Tell us about that. What was it like? Because it looked like you just built something amazing over there.
Yeah, well, look, I had a business partner, and it was his adventure. It was his first. When I met him in the first 7 months I was there, he taught me so much, and we grew together, and it was amazing. Then closer to the end, I started building my own things, but we all worked together. It was such a different life. It taught me so much. It was just an incredible journey, and it changed my life being there. It really did. It was a great experience. Unfortunately, it ended a little bit earlier than I I had hoped for. So.
Yeah, with COVID, and obviously you had to coming back. But so what we saw on the the first stuff of seeing you on Mafs was a lot of bloody wealth, and then a lot of stars, like superstars around the world. You got to meet along the journey. Is that all real? Because I mean, what level of realness is that? Because sometimes you get a photo with someone, you don't have a conversation with them, but then you can make it look like your best mates type of stuff.
I wouldn't call best mates.
No.
Let's not pretend I'm best mates with these celebrities. But no, we ran a lot of major events. We won quite a few awards. So we'd either, work with agencies and bring them over, and they would appear, perform. But honestly, the one with Will Smith, we got to chat to him. We all got to have a big dinner all together. He is pretty much the most amazing guy that you see on TV that he is in real life. That was fun.
That life must seem like a dream to you now, does it?
Almost, but I'm not going to let it go. Yeah. I still have that, in the back of my mind at all times.
Hey, Brent, have you been to the Burj? Have you done a party at the Burj or anything?
A party? No. Have I been there? Yes. We did do an event there that was on like a mid-level in the Burj there, and we used to go there quite a bit. But yeah, I actually have never been to the top.
Yeah, right.
Is that a penthouse? The Burj Al Arab? We gave it away
the super tall.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
There's two. There's the Burj Al Arab and then there's the Burj Khalifa.
Right. Hey, Brent, when you left that life because of COVID and came back to Australia, I'm guessing, did you have to move back in with your parents or something like that? Did you go from this amazing life to moving back into your old bedroom? What happened?
I was sleeping on the couch at my parents' house, and it was great. And because I'd been gone for so long, they were happy to have me, but it obviously didn't last long. I'm sure they wanted me out in a few months.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So I spent time with my dog and stayed there for a little bit, and then went and went straight back to Bondi. So
nice.
But that's so funny though. You come back from this amazing life, and then you're sleeping on the couch. You're waiting for your parents. Waiting for your parents to go to bed so you can lie down.
Yeah. What a plot twist. There was even one time I messaged my mum saying, "Hey, I'll be coming home late." She's like, "Bet you realise you're 33, right? You don't need to argue anymore." I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
Oh, Brent.
All right, so we're going to let you go now, Brent. But quick vote around the room. Brent and Tamara, are they together? I'm going to say no.
No, but I think Brent is going to find somebody because he's a really stand-up good guy.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, Brent. Still very, very much be together.
What's that? What?
We could still very much be together.
Yeah, you could be.
You
understand that you could be, but you're not.
You could be, but you're not.
You know why?
Heaps of things could happen,
She's a nice girl, but you can do better.
Yeah. No, Brent, you're not together. And if you are, it won't last. Love you, Brent. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
We caught up with Olivia and Jackson from Married at First Sight, perhaps the most controversial couple of all.
Now, we know when people hear the name Olivia at the moment, they see red. We chose to approach this interview with calmness, and we didn't want to really attack anybody because at the moment we know that Olivia is pretty fragile with the hate that she's getting.
We just wanted to hear her side of the story as well. Give them a fair hearing. So have a listen.
Hello, good morning.
How happy are you that this is over?
I agree.
Oh, my God.
Stoked.
Oh, my God.
Have you been with everybody buying into, number one, your relationship, what happened last night, but also the fact that during the last week or last couple of weeks, you haven't been seen in the greatest light? That's probably particular at you, Olivia.
Yeah, I haven't been very well. I've definitely been struggling and stuff like that. Thank God I have Jackson.
Yeah.
It did seem from the outset that you two will make it. It really did. So, if getting on a show and wanting to find a partner is the objective goal, then
you did it.
You done it.
That is quite amazing, Nathan.
Yeah, it is quite amazing when you see some of the other...
I mean, the odds are against it, really. So the fact that you have...
Yeah, so put that in your hat and run with it. But
Thank you.
But there's so much more to talk about, obviously.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, with the hindsight of, with the benefit of hindsight, looking back on it now, you've had some time to reflect on it. Probably seems like a dim, distant memory, except that you can watch it every night for the last few weeks.
Oh no, it's a whole new story watching it back.
Yeah. So What's your take on it now? Because we know what you thought at the time. We know how you couldn't
perceive things.
Yeah, how you couldn't look at that situation with empathy at the time. Looking back at it now, what are your thoughts?
Like the photo. Sorry, the photo.
Yeah,
the stuff with Dom.
That's a good start. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Look, I like every. How do I say this well?
Just say it.
I always had empathy. I always had empathy for it. It was just the way that it came out and was sort of like it was never like a shaming thing or anything like that. It was more of like we're not supposed to have this platform, was my understanding of it. And it was like, I guess kind of like a thing of like, why, like, I don't know. I was pissed that she wasn't kicked off the show after the glass smashing thing. And I'm not explaining myself very well.
No. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
But I want to. But say even the glass smashing thing, Liv.
Yeah.
She wasn't like waving it in your face like a weapon, and you can see that now. You can see that now.
So I actually watched the raw footage, and I was definitely being dramatic, but like in the raw footage, she smashed it, stood up, and then threw it to the side.
Yeah, but wasn't it you?
Like with all the adrenaline pumping and stuff like that, it feels like it's in slow motion. So I see the glass in her hand, and she very dramatically like throws it in front of Ella. Yeah. And like for me at the time, like you have to remember, I was freaking like crapping myself. I was terrified. I've never been in a situation like that before. And then like the first thing I said when I got pulled aside to do my Voxy was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have talked about her voice. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
And then I have to go and explain it to everybody. And I'm there like just saying my side of things, which when you've got blood pumping, adrenaline rushing, and I'm already a very dramatic person, hence why I'm on reality TV.
Yeah.
It's going to come out like that.
Yeah.
So there was more than what the viewers saw, but it wasn't as dramatic as I said.
Because I want to add that to when Dom came over to your apartment to speak to you guys about the photo, and then you said that she was yelling at you and like
she clearly wasn't.
She wasn't what we saw. She wasn't.
So with that, I was promised by producers that she wouldn't come to my apartment because I was worried about her intimidating me further after the glass smashing thing. So I was pissed that not only did they allow her to come to my door, but they also came with a film crew. So I was like, hey,
you're on a reality TV show, mate.
Yeah. So like, that was like the only thing that they promised.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like bull crap. And she also went over and screamed at Selena.
Yeah, but she wasn't screaming at you. So and then that brings me to say when Tamara was speaking ill of Brent at the girls' night, and then your recollection of that to everyone at the table was she never said anything bad about Brent, which we know she obviously does. I want to now go to Jackson. Jackson, with these scenarios, and just going forward, can you trust Olivia's recollection of things when she sees things in such a different way to the way they actually play it out? So say if she's having an issue with what you're worried about, one of your friends, and you're not there, and then she comes back and tells you, how can you trust her recollection of what happened after we've seen that she sees things slightly differently when she's angered?
So, like, I was there for this, like, when Dom came. There was obviously more that you didn't see. Like, there is, she did raise her voice, and that was when we got to the point where Liv just shut the door because she was like, I'm not having that. And then we were in our apartment. These things are meant to be soundproof, and we could hear Dom having a crack at Selena across the hall. Like, that's how kind of loud it was. Like, it's not like a little thing. So in that regard, like, I do trust her because I was there, I saw it, I lived it with her, which is why I have no problem trusting how she says things. With the Brent and Tamara thing, obviously, you know, Tamara has her say in how she does it. And
I wasn't in that conversation as well. Can we just say I was not? I heard something very, very different at the table when the girls were having a conversation. What she said at the bar about Brent waiting tables, I wasn't privy to that.
Yeah, right.
But then, so why did you say
my
she didn't
girlfriend
say it then? Why did you have an opinion about
because-
that if you weren't part of the conversation?
Because I thought we were talking about how she explained the final date to the group.
Right.
I didn't know that was said at the bar. I thought that Dom was throwing Tamara under the bus for saying that her final date didn't go very well.
Last year, say Bryce and Melissa, right?
Yeah.
When we had them on, we just went them, you know, and we don't. You don't want to. With these reality shows, you don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? You want to be able to address it calmly.
And have an open mind.
And have an open mind when you're speaking to people about what they've gone through. But there was.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but Liv, you wouldn't. You went on again. You wouldn't do this again. You wouldn't you wouldn't talk about the poo dress, and you wouldn't. And you wouldn't have a battle with someone, and you wouldn't circulate a photo. You wouldn't do any of that now, would you? You've learned that, haven't you? Yeah.
Of course not. Like, I wanted to leave after the retreat, and I look back on it now, and I'm like, I wish I just grabbed Jackson and left.
Yeah.
I hate everything that happens socially after that.
Yeah.
I don't regret anything with Jack. Like, I love that we had a beautiful homestay. I know it didn't look like it, but we had a beautiful homestay. We had a beautiful final date, but I wish I went when my gut told me to leave.
Yeah.
And no more reality TV, right?
No more reality TV.
Put that behind us.
You're not going to the Byron Bays or anything?
Please, mate. All right, guys. Well, good luck.
Appreciate you talking to us. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having us.
Guys. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Last night on Married at First Sight, there was couples that were giving other couples challenges. One of the couples is Ella and Mitch. Mitch doesn't want to be there.
No.
And Ella likes him way
He's
more
running
than
out
he
of
likes
skivvies.
her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's a pretty man, isn't he?
He's a pretty man. Looks like he wears eyeshadow all the time. He's just got that, that natural Photoshopness about it, which is actually sickening. And if you have that out in the public, I hate you.
Yeah, me too.
Imagine just naturally looking filtered all the time. Ugh.
Where's the character on your face?
Yeah, sure. That's not what we're calling it.
That's what we're calling it.
That's what we're calling
told
it.
so many times.
Character. So they were issued a challenge to be able to give each other access to their phones, to each other's phones, for 5 minutes, which is confronting for a lot of people.
It
because
is.
the phone is an extension of you. It's where everything that you are is in it, really.
All your personal stuff.
Sean, can I look at your phone for 5 minutes?
Oh, I'll give you 3.
So Ella was given his phone. She was feeling very uncomfortable about it and said, this doesn't feel right, because I don't think Ella is a person that would snoop through someone's phone.
That's right. Clearly she wasn't comfortable with the idea of it.
But she did stumble onto something.
What's in this little folder?
You can't go in that one. That's a vault.
Got a code?
Yeah.
Go on, open it.
Nah.
Go on. Show me what's in that photo.
Can't go in the vault. It's just...
I mean, I've never looked at a guy's phone, so I don't know. What's a photo vault?
There's a heap of shit in there. I got a big vault. Things that I want to keep to myself and don't want to show anyone else. It's just got content inside it.
Of explicit pictures?
Yes.
You?
No, not of me.
Women? Ex-partners?
You're not going to get into the photo vault, so...
Do you have photos of your ex-partners on here? Okay, that's a bit weird.
For years and years and years, he's been collecting photos for this vault.
Well, he's kept
Sean,
them.
do you have a vault?
Yeah, but
No
Sean's isn't on his phone. Sean keeps his buried out bush somewhere. That is strange to, I think, look, they're really not in a real relationship. Let's be honest.
That's true.
But if they had been dating for how long they've been dating for, a
Yes.
few months or no, when do you have to get rid of the vault, do you think?
Sean?
God, I
When are you
don't
prepared to
think-
give it
I
up?
think if you're in a real relationship, I don't know what the time frame would be, but I would think there'd be a point where you go, oh, well, this is pretty serious. I don't need any of this other stuff. Move on.
Where do you move it on to?
You move it on to a portable hard drive.
100%. I never said once you're going to delete it.
It just shouldn't be in your
No
pocket.
relationship lasts forever, Nathan.
That's when you hide it in the roof.
Print it out.
So many people, even if you're not cheating, I want to take cheating off the table, right? It's just that a lot of people that are in a successful relationship, their partner is not allowed to access their phone.
No, it's kind of like a trust thing. It's like I trust you, so I don't need to look at it.
Yes.
I think
that's
is
a good point.
The vibe, but then it's like, well, if I trust you, then there's nothing to hide either.
Someone that we work with, that I won't mention their names, she was saying that she will let her partner look through her phone at any given time, but whenever she wants to use his phone for something, he holds it. And then she can access it
relinquish
like
control.
a tablet when you're ordering something at a restaurant. Like he has to hold it to be ready to snatch it away at any given time.
She gets too close.
The problem is they could come across something that has an explanation, but they can jump to conclusions.
Is that
and
what
I bring
you're most
that up. No, I
worried
bring that
about?
up because
Like what?
Well, I remember this so clearly. Megan was telling this to someone just recently, and my daughter had my phone, and she spotted a photo that was on a WhatsApp group that saves to your phone.
Yeah. Yes.
And she told Megan that I was cheating on her.
Yes.
She said, "Oh, Dad's hanging out with this other chick or something," and it was quite an explicit picture of somebody. And I just got railroaded out of nowhere. Explain this. And I'm like, what the hell? And
then did you show all the WhatsApp messages? Because that would have been more concerning.
Sean, you know you can turn that feature off. WhatsApp doesn't have to
why
save.
would I want to do that?
I can still look at the photo.
Anyone that's doing anything, and whether I want to take cheating off the table. Right? So say that you say some really wrong things to your mates that you'd never say in front of your partner, and then when you get the text messages and the message will pop up on your phone without having to access it.
Yes.
So there'll be a preview message.
Yes.
It always amazes me that more people don't turn that off.
Yes.
Because that's how you would get. Because straight away, if I'm sitting there with anyone, and then it happens to you all the time, Sean. Sweets comes up, and automatically my eyes go to your phone. I'm not reading it, but
get it.
If you wanted to read it, you could. We want to talk about the world of accessing your partner's phone.
While we're doing that, can you show me how to turn that off?
I'll
I've been sweating bullets
I will
lately.
show you how to turn that off.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
On Mafs last night, a bit of tension when Ella and Mitch were tasked with looking through one another's phones for 5 minutes.
That's right. Ella stumbled onto a Mitch's Vault, which is an app that she can't access. Mitch refused to open it because it had, I quote, years and years of content on it. That was
explicit content.
only for his eyes. So we are talking about the world of accessing your partner's phone or letting them have access to it. Hello, Gerald.
How you going, guys?
Good, Gerald.
Mate.
Now, Gerald, what's the situation in your relationship?
Yeah, we've got full open disclosure with our phones. My partner and I.
Right there, Gerald, you're just cutting out a little bit.
Yes.
Full transparency, you say, Gerald.
That's correct.
So, Gerald, there is nothing questionable on your phone at all.
Nothing at all. I've been married 22 years. If I've got something to hide now, I shouldn't be married.
And do you, open transparency is one thing, but do you actually actively look through one another's phones frequently?
If we have to find some information about something or whatever, we can. We have no drugs at all.
Yeah.
You know what it is? So, Gerald, 22 years ago, the taking pictures of one's nether regions was not a thing.
Sure.
It
was, but it was a Polaroid.
I think it's the generation of crutchal shots. Which is only recently.
It's been a massive shift lately, Nath.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Happy to be on board, Nat. Thank you.
Because back in the day, Gerald, you probably was still like had like a magazine of illicit content.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, Gerald, honestly, can you be honest with me right now? And this is fine because it's fine for every healthy relationship. Does one maybe clear the internet history every once in a while?
Not that I'm aware of.
Gerald.
Well, then she's doing a good job of it.
She is a very good job.
Thanks, Gerald. Caleb's in Armidale. Hello.
Hey guys, how you going?
Good, Caleb.
Are we looking through one another's phones?
Yeah, I was just saying, it's instant breakup in my household if you go through my phone, so you better be damn sure I'm cheating on you. Look,
Caleb, we've been waiting to hear the truth.
Caleb,
come on, mate.
You were the one we wanted to talk to.
So, okay. It's a no-go zone for either of you.
yeah. Look, I've been with my partner for 6 years. I trust her more than I trust anybody else in this world, but I have so many friends I talk to about their situations that a phone these days is not just a phone. It's a computer. You have your emails on it. You have so many different things that my friends would not be appreciative if they found out that my missus had been reading about their situation.
I love you, Caleb.
that's a really
Caleb
good
won't
point.
let his missus look at his phone because he's protecting his friend's secrets.
Yeah, yes.
I love that.
No secrets of his own.
Hold
Just
on,
his friends.
Caleb, say that again. I just got to write that down.
All right, Caleb, do you have anything in your phone that you wouldn't want her to see except for other than the friends' messages? Do you have any illicit content?
I have heaps, but it's all inappropriate memes.
I have heaps.
Inappropriate
It makes sense when you read the stories.
Yeah. So the WhatsApp groups get pretty animated, I imagine.
Oh, man, we talk about the most horrid things, but at the end of the day, it's nothing about our relationship. I just don't want to know what a horrible human being I am.
Perfect.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.